So I'm just out mowing some grass, a couple of boulevards, and I'm in the area where I stay parked, right? And all I do is a little favor in hopes that I don't get as much of a hassle. I've been getting hounded by the parking authority to keep moving. Meanwhile, it's racking me up fuel costs right now, and I don't move that much. But anyways, I'm just kind of returning a favor for a favor, more or less. But I wanted to show you, this is not the original motor on my lawnmower. I'm not using bolts. Double check here. Oh, we got a bolt coming loose. Yeah, she vibrates a bit when bolt's coming out. But other than that, the original 3.75 horse still ran, but I bent the crankshaft when I hit something heavy with it, and it kind of screwed up the oil seal underneath. Well, all I did was a buddy of mine scraps metal, and he ended up bringing me another lawnmower with the option that either I could have just switched mowers and scrapped this one, or swap motors, and discovered that this one was rated this is a 2009 engine on a 94 chassis. This is a 94, and I don't know the exact horsepower, but the little plastic piece that goes right over this whole thing indicated something 5.5 foot-pounds, and then some weird kind of a number on there, in something to do like with probably emissions compliance or something. I don't know exactly, but quite a difference though. This lawn isn't as overgrown as some other lawns I've knocked down, and this is the gas tank, carburetor, and air filter off the old engine, off the 3.75. This one's jetted bigger. It actually runs a lot fatter, so it actually has a much lower idle when I want it to just idle, and still reaches up to a high RPM when I need it. You know, and it's direct throttle. I broke part of the throttle control, but it still functions, still does its thing. Same muffler that I drilled out on the other engine, and I think this coil, yeah, this ignition coil swapped out of. Oh, my spark plug's loose. Yeah. Well, I'll just show you something since it's loose anyway. I'll pop it off here real quick. So, running nice and rich, and I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's actually side gapped. It's got lots of black sooty carbon. But a little hard to see, but the actual gap on that is right here, and right at the corner of the other electrode is the gap. But what it does is instead of it gapping up and down between the two posts, the gaps, or the spark now arcs sideways instead, and actually makes a difference in combustion. This motor is still completely stock. I've not checked the valve lash, I've not removed the head, and I haven't done any porting on this engine yet. I did a previous motor, same type of motor on a Craftsman, but it had a different style carburetor. This one has a little bubble, little plastic. This is just a little plastic carb on this. And I knew the other engine I had I could have done the exact same thing with it, but I didn't set it up that way. The other one was a 21-inch rear bag, and I think it had a different length of shaft on it, so I couldn't swap it onto this chassis. The reason I won't get a bagger is this is a brush. I use this as a brush cutter. I even go through small trees with it, but I popped that open a little bit to fling out more grass, and believe me, it works. Grass flies in all directions. I'm covered in it, and yeah. Anyway, see what I got so far. Car throttle. I put the handle down here because when I take it into the RV, I fold the handle cutting everything in half like I'm storing it. Probably running out of gas. We're running really low on fuel by now. Bye-bye ozone layer. Way down the fuel. Yeah, I used up a lot of gas today. So I did that boulevard from just right on this side of the curb side all the way up most of this hill. I did a little bit of grass cutting in front of this boat place, and finishing off this, and along that cement thing there, I just gave it a once over because it was all overgrown. So that's what I've done. Not gonna say why. I'm not even doing it for money. I'm just wasting my time.